Alright guys, so welcome back to currently is episode number 7. So we have Brian as usual.
Yeah,
Yeah, so how are you Brian? Good Every
yeah,
week good
it's good.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
So alright, okay, first of all, thank you for watching our let's talk about cryptocurrencies. Alright, so every week we are live, we are talking about cryptocurrencies. And of course, for the updates, we have the X-War trading contest on XSocio Market is still running until the end 5th of September is the last. So we have the grand prize of Garmin watch, and first prize will be at we'll be giving out 300 US dollar, right, and a Garmin watch. And of course, for each contestant, we will give out the limited edition XSocio Markets t-shirts. All right, so right, let's start.
Yeah, so how's everything back there?
Yeah,
Shah,
everything.
all good.
Yep. So far so good. It's quite a rainy month. Yep. Yeah, almost end of the August this week. Yep. Very fast.
Yeah, right. So basically, yeah, all here is fine, and a
Mm,
lot of things happening in the past few days and in a week
yep.
since the last episode, where you see many people are afraid and panic when Bitcoin starts to have correction, right?
Yep.
So we are going to dive in deep today. What is really happening for this week? A lot of exciting news as well as the stock market, right?
Yep.
What is really happening and how does it really impact Bitcoin performance?
Yep.
Okay, so I have already laid out a few updates, highlights, and of course, Shah, maybe you want to introduce what are the topic that we are going to discuss today.
Yep. So for the topic on today, 26th of August, Wednesday. So we have the first topic will be we'll be talking about Warren Buffett index predicts stock crash, and so how will Bitcoin react. So the second topics will be Bitcoin will never ditch you at tell Hong Kong Apple daily readers. So the third will be Robert Kiyosaki says major banking crisis is coming. So he prays about Bitcoins and gold. So we'll be after that we'll be talking about our alternate coins and then analysis for today and for this week. All right, so let's start.
Yeah, so welcome guys once again for
Mhm.
joining us, tuning in to our new episode, episode 7.
Yep.
And before I proceed, we just want to advise you that we are actually creating an educational episode for you. Is not a financial advice, so always take note. Past performance does not guarantee future returns, and we do not guarantee any investment or advice. So if you guys want to invest into cryptocurrency, always seek with your financial advisor, and of course do your due diligence, do your own homework before you come in, because this is high risk, high return, and high loss as well. So anything can happen in the financial market, right? So moving on,
Mhm.
our first topic is very big. We can see that Warren Buffett have finally went into gold mining, have purchased gold mining shares, right? Barrick Gold, call it. And right now, he have also predicted that the stock market will crash in the next very very soon, but we do not know when is the next stock market crash, but he says that it's very very soon. It can happen even before or after the US election or even during the election. But looking at Warren Buffett index, right, predicting the stock market will crash and how will Bitcoin will react. So you can see in the news here, they're mentioning about the Buffett indicator has hit levels unseen since the dot-com bubble. Okay, and Bitcoin could see a major reaction in the event of a major crash in stock.
All right.
So previously during March, where we have the US S&P 500 crash
Yep.
and other major stock also crash, and we've seen Bitcoin also went down together. So looking forward, if we see this kind of crash, I would expect Bitcoin also to we already seen it happens in March, so most likely it might do another
Another crash.
it might be another crash again. So we have to take note what is really going to happen.
All right.
And then he mentioned that the Buffett indicator is hinting that the US stock market is currently at dot-com bubble level. So very, very dangerous now. So you can see the S&P 500 the moment it went up, and it keeps climbing up and up, creating all-time high again. So you can see it's artificial pricing, all right? Massive printing from the Federal Reserve, okay? And then you can see the indicator divides the Wilshire 5,000 index by the GDP of the US.
Okay.
And then on the 14th of August, Berkshire Hathaway invested in Barrick Gold, a gold mining company, second largest producer in metal, precious metal miner in the world. Some analysts said it could benefit Bitcoin as well,
okay,
in the long term. Okay, and then you can see, does this provide any glimpse into Bitcoin's long-term trend? So according to Tom Issey, the founder of Seven's report research, stocks are considered as fundamentally overvalued. So many of the stocks you can see right now are overpriced. Apple, Tesla, Amazon is really overvalued. And then when the Buffett indicator hits at 1.3, so current level of 1.7 indicates that there is a potential for a steep downtrend in the stock market if the trend reverses.
Okay.
So a lot of major news coming in the stock market, and of course a lot of people are cautious whether to cash out or to stay away or wait and see. Okay, what does that mean for us? Meaning for Bitcoin investor, right? It means stay long stocks in longer dated accounts and make sure you own assets such as house. But it also means this asset inflation cycle better not stop, because as the 1.7 times total market cap of GDP ratio tells us, if asset inflation stops, it's a long way down to fundamental support. So massive news, right? What is really happening in the current situation and also the stock market, okay? What is the consequences if stock market were to go down? So if market were to go down again and see another major crash again, will be much greater compared to the previous March. Okay, so you can see that the correlation between Bitcoin and the S&P 500 broke slightly in the past week as stocks continue to surge. So the price of Bitcoin rejected at 12,400. That was the last high event, recording an 8.6% drop to as low as 11,370. Okay, so the deteriorating correlation between Bitcoin and the stock market and the simultaneous slump of BTC and gold by the bull case of BTC when stock decline. So huge news, and of course you have to be careful what is really happening. Okay, so if Bitcoin were to correct, it is a good chance now to accumulate for cheaper Bitcoin. Okay, because we're going to see it is about to happen, this stock crash. I believe many people have predicted, and many analysts also have mentioned, there will be a big crash coming in again. Okay, it's very soon, but just a matter of time. So this is news number one. Okay, now moving on to the second one is also quite interesting right now, looking at the current economic situation. Right in here.
It's about Bitcoin will never ditch you. So the Hong Kong Apple daily readers.
Yeah, of course. So you can see recently, this is one of the famous Hong Kong tabloid newspaper. It's called Apple. They mentioned about, they actually print a front page regarding about Bitcoin. Full front page. People don't even have to turn and flip. When they buy the newspaper, when they see it, they can already see the full front page of Bitcoin, which I'm going to show you shortly. Okay, so this is another ad for cryptocurrency, has appeared in print media. So this is the first time when you can see media companies is actually creating that kind of awareness. Why they suddenly print a page of Bitcoin, full page for Bitcoin. Okay, you can see a full page ad for Bitcoin appeared on the front page of the Hong Kong-based tabloid. Through the text appears to be educating readers about Bitcoin. There is no apparent mention where or how to buy the Bitcoin. Only a single reference to Genesis Block, a crypto firm based in a special administrative region. Right? And then they mentioned that, a quote, "Bitcoin will never ditch you." The ad stated in English above the name of Satoshi Nakamoto, while adding in Cantonese, "Banks, you are not ditching me today, I'm ditching you." So this is what's really happening in the current financial system. So banks are really in big trouble. They are in the hot water right now because many people do not believe in the banking system anymore. So that is why Bitcoin starts to come in, and a lot of people will start banks. Even banks also have to bail themselves out. They are also buying Bitcoin to save themselves also. Okay, even IMF, International Monetary Fund, of also giving education about cryptocurrency. What is the future of our money? So Bitcoin is digital money. It is not issued or controlled by any government or corporation. Nobody can stop you from transacting on the network and cannot be shut down. So they also put add-on. Bitcoin is available to anyone regardless of their nationality, gender, or beliefs. Bitcoin began in the Genesis block during financial crisis of 2009. Now it's time, it's coming. So let me share with you. This is the news. Okay, let me share the screen so that everyone can see it. Okay, so this is the Bitcoin ads. Okay, Bitcoin ad. This one is published in Hong Kong.
Right.
Hey, you can see one whole page. The front page itself here. Bitcoin will never ditch you. This one is in Cantonese. Then they translate it below. Okay, here. So you can see here, because here they really take half of it.
Right.
So digital money, it is not issued or controlled by government or corporation. Nobody can stop you from transacting on the network. So this is very, very clear what is really happening in our society, in the community as well. So sooner or later, countries from another country will start to realize that they no longer trust their own banking system, where it's time to actually make a shift, a huge transition from the traditional financing to a blockchain revolution, that many people will see their life change in terms of transacting their money and the way they live their lives.
Okay.
So blockchain is actually a disruptive technology. You can see it's happening already globally. Okay, so I'm not surprised. Maybe in Malaysia also it might come out like this also, creating awareness. Right, what is Bitcoin? Even our Security Commission have already given the green light for us to trade.
Yep.
Right, what's more with other countries? So other countries have already published this newspaper. Okay, right, and of course to add on also. Okay, to add on, this is the news. So this news also have recently came into trouble, where Apple Daily is one of the largest print media in Hong Kong, but has even become more popular when the CEO was arrested 2 weeks ago. So I believe this is something due to unlawful activity, or probably with the government of their own, something to do with politics. So billionaire Apple Daily CEO Jimmy Lai was arrested on 10 August for alleged violation of Hong Kong controversial national security law. So newspaper offices were also raided by authorities the same day.
Right.
So this is actually create a kind of tension and disappointment in the current economy, the current situation, where I think people got fed up with the government, and that's why I believe this is nothing by chance, but they publish Bitcoin, right, in front of the main page, right, to send a message to the whole world, right, that blockchain, Bitcoin is actually a disruptive technology, especially comes into the financial industry, right? The way we live our life and the way we transact money. So this is really, really huge, and of course, it's really an eye opener. Probably I will see next following months, or probably towards end of this year, you will see many mainstream media and also governments will also do something like this also, right, to create more awareness. Right, that's where you will have massive adoption.
Of
Where
course,
people will start to believe, people start to come in.
the central bank also and the is trying to come out their own cryptos. If I'm not mistaken, I read about it.
Digital stable coin that is already happening. You can see in the US they have already start to do their own digital US stable coin, digital dollar they call it, right? Sooner or later, our country also will be doing that. Probably the digital ringgit, digital RM.
China is already started, right? China also already started. China.
Yeah, China, Russia, all they started doing already.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you will see many countries will start to adopt this new technology now. So probably in a few years, we might not be using paper currency anymore. Everything will be through blockchain, and then they'll be using smartphone already to do your transaction. So huge, very, very huge news. And the way we move is very, very fast also. Technology changes very, very fast. Now moving on to the third news, highlight regarding about rich dad, poor dad, right? Or Robert Kiyosaki mentioned that the banking crisis is coming. Okay, and then he also mentioned that Bitcoin and gold is outperforming other asset class. So this is nothing. This is not to surprise. There's nothing to be surprised of. So and we already expected that this thing is coming. Okay, the recession is here. Many people are jobless, and it's getting worse and worse with the coronavirus. So you can see Robert Kiyosaki explained this week and this week that time is running out as a major banking crisis is coming fast, right? So people should start considering leveraging precious metals and Bitcoin. And he also advised people to give some awareness that they should actually go into precious metal and cryptocurrency. He also added personal finance education to people interested in learning about real estate, investing, cash flow, and how to start a business. Okay, so during 2018, right, the same crypto podcast, Kiyosaki called Bitcoin the people's money. So it's the people's money, it's our money, and he said he expects digital currency to outlast fiat. So as expected, digital currency to perform well better compared to the fiat currency. And then following the COVID-19 outbreak and the beleaguered the global economy, Kiyosaki has continued to praise precious metal and Bitcoin. On August 21st, recently, only a few days ago, right, he tweeted about Warren Buffett decided to invest in gold. Okay, why Buffett is out of banks, right? Banks are already bankrupt. Major banking crisis coming fast, and the Federal Reserve and Treasury to take over the banking system. Federal and Treasury helicopter fake money direct to people to avoid mass rioting. Okay, so he also mentioned not a time to think about it. How much gold, silver, and Bitcoin do you have, right? So one individual replied to Kiyosaki tweet and said that it was highly irresponsible not to own any Bitcoin, especially at this moment. Some say they can't afford one whole Bitcoin, just like gold, but you can buy a fraction of it. So this is the benefit of owning a Bitcoin. Not necessarily you must buy one Bitcoin, but you can buy fraction. 0.001 also still possible. 0.1, 0.2. Okay, so this is the advantage compared to precious metal like gold, right? That is the thing that people like, right? Decentralized, and then it is digital, and we don't have to carry around. It's not physical. That is the best thing, right? All in the wallet. Okay, so one Bitcoin has 100 million units called Satoshis. Start buying Satoshis, and in no time you will have one whole Bitcoin and even more. All right, so a lot of news, and then he also mentioned the death of the dollar, told his Twitter followers at the time, people desperate for money, very sad. If the government gives you free money, take it, yet spend it wisely. Do not save. Buy gold, silver, and Bitcoin. Dollar is dying. Okay, so he mentioned that fiat currency is going to an end, right? You can see massive inflation. Okay, and then people do not believe in the government and their banking sector. So that's why safe haven like gold, silver, commodities, and also Bitcoin start to flourish. People start to transfer their money, switch their money into this kind of asset to hedge against inflation. That is what we want as an investment during this crisis, right? If you're a smart investor, savvy investor, this is what you should be doing, not saving cash, not saving the whole lump sum of cash into the bank, right? Probably you might save certain amount of cash only for emergency, not majority of the cash into the bank. So you have to understand. Okay, so that ends highlight number 3. Right, now moving on. So what we have moving, the next one.
The next one will be our alternate coins, pick of the week.
Okay. Right, so let me share here. Right, so moving on, our altcoin financial advisor. We don't advise you to actually invest or to follow our recommendation, but this is
Right.
what I have personally invested on my own, based on due diligence, based on research and work. And of course, this altcoin of the week here that I decided is this coin called Offshift, right? Short form is XFT. So you can see currently price is at $3.17.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, market cap is 5.9 million, very low market cap. Anything that is below 10 million is a good opportunity to actually invest in the altcoin, right? And then traded volume is only 467,000 only, so it's very low. Okay, so you can see what is this project all about, right? You can see Offshift,
Shift.
right? If XFT token, right? Token assets here. What is this all about? Hold on. Okay, so you can see it's a cryptography private offshore storage and DeFi protocol on Ethereum. So every coin serves a purpose and a function to the
Okay.
blockchain space. Right, nothing is created just out of thin air. Okay, and then you can see Offshift has two native assets: public tradable ERC token, which is the Ethereum network, and then looking at this ZK asset, private, stable, and value, ZK ERC tokens. Okay, so huge. This is quite good altcoin that I recently went in. Okay,
Okay.
so looking at it, the last 7 days was 200%. Okay, last 14 days was 111%. Okay, then moving on, you can see these are the latest roadmap that they are planning to do. So this coin Offshift is attempting to bring privacy to DeFi and Ethereum. Their protocol use a two-token system. Okay, XFP token is a public token whose value fluctuates according to the market conditions. Okay, the system is very straightforward. A user buys XFT and uses it to mint synthetic spec to their underlying assets like ZK USD, ZK BTC, and ZK ETH. Right, and then you can see why is this coin undervalued? Right, Offshift is undervalued. One of the reasons is because provides privacy to Ethereum transaction, because a lot of people when they transact Ethereum they have no privacy, but this coin comes into place to provide the kind of privacy, right? Such as in finance, law, and medicine to meet regulatory requirements. Okay, especially when it comes to DeFi protocols, decentralized finance protocol.
Okay.
Right, and then a lot of things that is happening. So recent announcement, this coin on July 2020, the Offshift white paper was released, where you can see in the website. August 2020, the first in an ongoing series of monthly AMA, Ask Me Anything, will be held. That means it's an open public where people can ask questions regarding about this coin. What is their project about? August 3rd, XFT trading goes live on Uniswap. So Uniswap is actually a decentralized exchanger, very similar to Binance and Coinbase, but decentralized. Okay, so 10th of August, they have roadmap released that you can see in the website right now. Okay, they have just released what is their plan for the next quarter and every 3 months. Okay, and then currently you can see the weaknesses. Okay, the weaknesses you can see here. Every coin have their own strength and weaknesses. Now I'm showing you what is their weakness here. Currently, this project is very promising, but at the moment it's very new. Okay, they just launched last 2 months. Okay, as a result, they have yet to launch their main working platform. Right, and won't do so until quarter 4. That means the last quarter, which is probably next month. Okay, and then the platform code is currently closed source. It's not open source, but only with them. The source is only kept with them, while it may be open source in the future. Okay, the development team is choosing to remain anonymous, so they are not really open. Okay, they prefer to behind the scene, right, low profile. Given Offshift focus on privacy, it is reasonable that they would like to protect their personal privacy. Okay, so you can see this is especially true as an early stage project with no significant track record. Every project is new at some point, but extra cautious must be used when evaluating an early stage project. Okay,
Okay.
so I give this coin a score of 8.0 out of 10. Right, looking at the narrative, I give them 8, the team, and then the potential for growth,
Okay.
tokenomics, liquidity, and then the technology itself is very advanced. Community-wise, in Telegram also, they are quite strong in terms of replying to their customers and also queries. All right, so that leaves today for this week will be coin of the week, XFD. It's called Off Shift. Okay, so this is a coin that I purchased last week itself, right? And this is the coin of the week. Okay, so that is done for coin of the week. So hope everyone get to know what is it all about, why I decided to invest in this coin. Okay, now moving on, you can see what is happening. Coin 360. Okay, hold on. Okay. All right, so you can see what's happening. So currently, you can see the overall crypto market space.
Yep.
Right now, most of the coins are in red.
Yep.
In the red zone, in the blood blue buff. So Bitcoin at the moment is 11,354, losing at 2.05%. Ethereum 382, losing at 3.26%. And then looking at Ripple 0.27, losing about 2.49%. And most of the altcoins are also in red.
Yep.
So BTC right now is having some correction.
Yeah,
after a massive rally from the past few weeks.
Yeah.
So this, I believe, this is normal, nothing to be afraid of. Okay, because you need to have a correction, a healthy correction, because it doesn't make sense for the market to keep going up and there's no retracement at all.
Yep.
So this is something good where you can actually look for buying opportunities now. Right now, market is giving huge discount, where for those people who are new, you can actually start to look at the price now, look at the market. Okay. All right, and then we will see here the crypto coin market cap. You can see at the moment is at 354 billion, 354.9 billion. Bitcoin dominance at 59.2. Okay. So you can see here. So these are the top current performing coin at the moment. Right, you can see Kusama profiting at 23.29%, RV 16.86%, Aragon 15.77%, and then Golem at 10.42%. Last change within 24 hours. And you can see the biggest loser for today, up to now. Okay, Banco at 11.2%, IEXEC, ESEC, RLC 11.02%, Flexa Coin 10.89%, Nervous Network 9.1%. So huge drop, as you can see, massive, because Bitcoin is having correction, right? A lot of things that is happening, and yeah, don't panic. And looking for the next one, you can see the Crypto and Greed Fear Index. Now you can see this index right now is showing extreme greed. Okay, yesterday was greed, 75. Last week was extreme greed. Last month was greed.
Okay.
So for those people who do not know what is this crypto fear and greed index, you can see here. Extreme fear can be a sign that investors are too worried. It could be a buying opportunity. When investors are getting too greedy, that means the market is due for correction. So you have to understand right now we are having this greed situation.
Okay.
So price do some correction. Price is currently doing some correction, especially at the weekly and monthly zone. So of course, many people who are new, who don't know how financial market works, they tend to panic, and then they start to panic sell. So that is what we don't want. As a new joiner, what we can advise is that to actually hold your asset, do not sell, right? Because what we are looking for is long term, right? We are looking forward to hold, because right now we are already in the bull market. You do not want to sell during the bull market. It's totally wrong. Okay, so that is the current situation. Okay, so you have to take note for people who are new. This is the website you can go, right? Crypto Fear and Greed Index. Now moving on to our last one, which is the cryptocurrency market analysis. Okay, for altcoins and BTC. So today I will cover with the altcoins, right? What is really happening and how do we actually take advantage of the buying the deep opportunity. Okay, so you can see in weekly here. Okay, weekly is now having some correction. So it's really a huge bargain. A lot of discounts coming up, right? A lot of discounts. Okay. So these are all the levels, right? This will be the next support level for altcoins to retest again. So I expect Bitcoin to actually probably drop a little bit more, and then altcoins also will follow. But of course, every time when you see this kind of correction, you might want to look for buying opportunities. Okay, so there are many areas that you can look for. Okay, so these are all the zones that price have possibility to actually retrace back, to actually do a correction, and then most likely might continue to go up again. And also take note, this coming Friday we have CME futures contract will be expiring. That means Bitcoin options contract, those people who are playing options, right, probably like weekly or monthly, this 28th, this Friday, there will be a lot of contract expiring. So a lot of analysts mentioning that there will be a massive sell-off from there. So if Bitcoin were to go down, then altcoins also will probably do a correction, also massive correction, and then we might see a huge lift off from there. So this is the weekly chart. You can see right now expected to do correction. So yeah, look out for opportunities, don't look for sell. Looking at daily, you can see what's happening. Still hovering at this support level. This one was 2nd August support level, and then we have 11 August also. Right? So holding that quite solidly. Okay. So if expect another correction, then this will be the level 653571 will be the next one. Because if you can see, looking from right to left, massive bull rally here, bull candle. So looking at it, the next one is around this zone area. Okay, around this zone area. Alright, looking at this zone, if Bitcoin were to go down, then probably altcoins correction would probably, next destination will be here, 571533. Okay, that is daily. Looking at H4, we can see the trend channel down. Okay, right, higher low, lower low, higher low, lower low, lower low, right? So creating that trend channel now, downtrend channel. Okay, but of course we are looking at the bigger time frame. That is the most important thing, right? Seeing a H1. Okay. Okay, looking at H1 also the same. Trend down, it's actually trend channel is downtrend, right? But if you look at the biggest time frame, okay, daily. Okay, daily here still have massive support here.
Key level support.
Right. So all depends on Bitcoin now. So if Bitcoin were to drop on this Friday or after Friday on the weekend, then I will expect altcoins here, then probably the next correction or next destination, all this level here, the price to correct, to go down, and then most likely you might see cryptocurrency and other altcoins and Bitcoin to continue to go back up again. Because currently right now we are still in the bull market now. Right? So that leaves my analysis of altcoin. Alright, and of course I will let you share regarding about the Bitcoin analysis. Right?
Alright. Okay, so we have our main screen right now. So we are on the BTC US dollar. So currently we are looking at daily chart. Okay, so as you said, I think the altcoins following the bitcoins, and of course we have the bitcoins still hovering on the same level around 11,000 to 12,000. I think the highest was 12,000 12,500 around there.
Yeah.
12,400 to, yeah, 12,000, around 12,440. Yep, around this price. So yep, currently I think last night there's a drops towards
Right.
11,000. Yep, that was the lowest. Of course, on the previous low was also around on the 8th of, sorry, 10 11, sorry, 11th of August. Yep, I think on the same level, around 11,000. So if the bitcoins were to drop further lower, so we might see, let me draw the trend lines. You might see it will be dropping towards 10,500, around 10,500.
The lowest support is the last support.
Yep, I think after 11,000, the next support will be at 10,500. Yep,
Okay, that
we
is a
take
critical support levels.
yeah, we take as round numbers on 10,500. So of course, actually if we are trading, we are looking at the we have different aspect beside if you holding the assets. If you're trading on leverage, I think you might do the selling. I think, yeah, your position is sell for current trend. So if you are still holding, I think you need to wait for an opportunity to buy on the lowest. I think next support around 10,500. Let's say if you want to sell the the portion right now is, I think, yep, you can have a stop loss around 12,000. Yeah, if it's dropped towards 10,500. But of course, the current price is still hovering on the strong support at 11,000. Yeah, anyhow, a break below 11,000 will bring Bitcoin towards 10,500. Yes, of course, we are still on the bullish trend, but of course, the price is strongly, as we can see, is hovering right around 12,000 to 11,000. These two channel. So if it were to break further upper, so it must break the 12,000 resistance level. Then it will might bring the bitcoins towards back to 12,500. I think that was the previous resistance on, yep, 17th of August. Yes. So this is the two possibilities for bitcoins. All right. So of course, you can trade on leverage in for bitcoins in XSocio Markets. All right. So I think this is the analysis for this week. We are looking at the price to drop further lower, especially starting from the, I think, starting middle of the month, 18th of August. It's been dropping until today. Yep, around 12,000 points. Sorry, 1,200 points. Yep, around there, 1,200 pips. So that's the analysis for bitcoins this week. Right, guys. So let's go back to our main screen.
So a lot of news, a lot of things happening, and for those people who wants to trade with XSocio Markets, yeah, so XSocio Markets provide the best leverage for beginners, and we have coverage for not only cryptocurrency but as well as forex. You have stocks, and then you have commodities like gold and silver. So yeah, not only focusing on one commodity or one asset class, that there's so many in XSocio Markets. So likewise, take this opportunity to also learn about the financial market. Right, for those who are new, you can able to drop us a message, and we can able to assist you in opening an XSocio Market account, right, a leverage trading account, so that you can able to start your trading journey with us. Right, so looking forward for this cryptocurrency and also what is happening in the financial industry. Right, you can see many things that is happening, and of course, people who are getting fed up also, and with the current government and also their own monetary system, especially it comes in the US, right? So all depends now on the current economic situation in the US. As you can see, many people looking forward for the US election, and then the stock market crash is also another big thing is coming up. So we also have to be very careful and to be cautious and conservative at the same time. So look for opportunities for buying the dip. That is what we are looking for, and do not afraid, do not panic. Right? That is what Warren Buffett always say: be fearful when others are greedy, be greedy when others are fearful. So this is how you need to read between the lines, and so you have to start to become a savvy and smart investor. Right? Don't be like many people or the majority. Play it safe and keep most of your money in the bank. So end of the day, you're losing out of inflation. So that is what we can able to give an awareness for people out there who are new also. Right? So it actually ends my session, our session. And is there anything else to add, Shah?
Alright, so guys, so if you still want to join the XSocio Market Trading Contest, the X4 is still I think we are on the last final leg. Alright, so it will end on the 5th September next week. So I think that's all for today. Yep. I think nothing much.
Yeah, just say thank you once again for your time and participation, and for those who are viewing, and of course stay tuned to our next episode next Wednesday again. Right, till then, and of course take care guys, have a great day, see you.
Alright, bye.